Um,
And we are live. Here we are. Squuzling versus Chucknology. Who are they? I don't know. That's the point. Welcome to the Incognito tournament, where nobody knows who anybody is, and that's why it's interesting. There's no winnings on the
and
line.
everything matters.
All there is, the people who win, or rather, there can only be one. No one will ever know, really. But the people who
Right.
lose will all find out at the end. And worst case, I guess, if you don't have the time or you just don't think it's whatever, maybe we'll find out later.
And
We'll see.
I mean, right now we have an unskinned striker versus an unskinned striker. To the untrained eye, this might look like a completely new player match.
It is. Look, they're like level 1.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, who might have questioned that? Chucknology coming to harass with a Bucky.
Yes.
Why?
Why not? Look, it's working, right? Look how much time he's bought. He's already captured his first easy for me to say, his first outpost. The Bucky is still alive. And he neutralized his own outpost and captured it briefly.
Did the Bucky make things better?
Yes, the Bucky's dirt cheap. That bucket, I mean Bucky, I mean it's about as effective in combat as a bucket. That Bucky drew enough fire that, look, now he has both outposts and Squuzling doesn't have either one.
Squuzling actually is salvaging that Bucky, so he's making money off of that Bucky.
Well, I think you only get like 50% credits or something like that. So that's like, okay, 1,000 credits. Wow.
It's still free money, Frisky. It's still free money. It's a swing of the Bucky cost, plus the salvage cost. So anyway.
Okay. Chucknology.
Oh, Ratters.
No, I'm not seeing anything standard about this shit. So Chucknology putting a Longhorn on attack off the left aisle, positioning 4 creeps, 2 Longhorn in the top corner, going to simultaneously hit the fort, neutralize the close outpost. Got unlucky in that Squuzling is right there with 2 Gemini in his cargo right when those things arrive. Would have been nice to see if he could have timed it for Chucknology to actually drop on the left-hand corner with a Longhorn of his own. But because he's busy here, that one Longhorn is putting in no small amount of damage. Squuzling!
And he gets the kill!
Ooh.
Oh, God.
That's gonna make a big difference here, because he was mounting a pretty effective defense, but Chucknology gets a free round to just pick up more units, kill both of these Gemini potentially, because Squuzling, okay, he did drop 2 Gemini behind. He can make this fort damage stop, but Chucknology is still on the offensive here, and keeping this outpost down is going to basically cut Squuzling's income into a third.
And he's, knocked off a good quarter of a chunk of health of
it goes red.
Of his fort, so
yeah. Those are both flackers. They can't attack ground, so goodbye. There goes one.
And one goes down.
The other's not going to last long either. I mean, as soon as any one of these red units shoots that direction. Ratchets are good, but they don't heal that fast.
And immediately a Bucky Longhorn comes out of the queue.
Oh, excellent tactics as well. Just getting a couple Buckies, good fire and forget long-range units. They stop whenever they come within their max range. That four or 5 Buckies going to be able to completely neutralize that mid, while Chucknology is dedicating all of his attention to keeping this outpost under his control. Now, Squuzling going a little bit heavy in the anti-air department. Those flackers could be things that, shoot ground. Anti-air always has questionable value in 1v1, at least these days.
Right.
So, do you think maybe Squuzling's a player from previous age?
It is very possible. I think
he was the one wondering about Tomcat Striker, right?
4 flak. Yeah, that's true. So 4 flackers is quite a lot right now, especially at this stage of the game. It's 26 to 37, but a lot of that 26 is in freaking anti-air.
All right, I'm gonna make a call. Squuzling is Sean Expert.
Too much AA. Yeah, it's definitely someone who was AA reliant. Chucknology grabbing mid, all completely clear, just from Buckies. Does that make you happy, Frisky?
Yes, because this is exactly what Buckies are supposed to be. They're decent fire support, long range, really fragile if anyone ever can be bothered to care about them. But The distract tactics are really good from Chucknology, just making sure to keep Squuzling on multiple fronts, so he never really has time to stop and deal with it. Now, I guess in this case, the Flackers are turning out to be good, because the Blade Guardian Striker is just wanting to drop down, sword around, and let the Blade Guardians do most of the damage, but 4 Flackers and Gemini is going to be a little bit of an off-putting there.
Yeah, I mean, really overall, a very intelligent approach and strategy by Chucknology.
I like the unorthodox positioning of the tanks in the corners and just getting those to move simultaneously with classic commands.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting approach. Squuzling's probably going to be able to take this outpost back, but at this stage, if you look at the map control, it's doesn't have too much hope of making a comeback here. Well, Chucknology does not have much on the map.
I'm agreeing with that. Now, Chucknology does have a massive map advantage, but he's got no units. I mean, all of his outposts are empty, so the only real force he's got moving to his advantage right now is the momentum. And
if Squuzling knew this, he could just hit capture on all of his units, and I think that would turn the tides of the game very, very quickly.
If Squuzling can get this pile of tanks and flackers to the front line, I think that's actually going to be pretty effective. Even managing to pick up one of those lockboxes, I was figuring Chucknology was picking all those up, but actually missing 2. So Squuzling getting 2 of them. Although losing his bot spawners, was trying to get a couple of those down, but just not babysitting them quite well enough.
Did you catch the clump in the bottom of the map?
Those are ratters, right? Because that's all he's building right now is a giant chunk of ratters. So
Yep.
Right, so Chucknology's not building any tanks or anything like that. Squuzling's composition as far as tanks has been entirely Gemini. Gemini beat Ratters hands down, so long as both players continue to build units, I think Squuzling should be able to defend a Ratters clump.
Well, honestly, all Chucknology, I mean, that's a lot of Ratters.
It is a lot.
All Chucknology really has to do is catch Squuzling out of position, zip his Ratters by, and it's GG as long as the Ratters get to the fort. They do tons of damage, especially on the weak point.
I don't know. Duel is. I guess he could go to the bottom corner. Right-hand corner is really hard to get an angle on. And then all you got to do is drop a couple Gemini in front of it. Or drop a couple Gemini, not Jumpini. So Squuzling's got to know something's up, right? Everywhere he goes, there's nothing. There's no red units anywhere. He's just been playing hard defense. And that's all well and good, but like at this point, as any player should be able to see, like there's nothing at mid, dude. Do something.
Is Chucknology spelling something with his Ratters? Oh God!
Is he spelling help in the sand?
I think it's just going to be high, but I mean, wow.
Okay, that's flexing.
This is a Smurf tournament to its best.
This is about how you can expect a Smurf to behave.
Oh God, what is happening? Well, Squuzling now gaining a little bit more.
So Squuzling's taken mid. So Chucknology may have a throw in his hands right now because he's upkeep capped.
Yeah, but just got to grab the rest of his stupid units. He's going to run out of space to write with his Ratters.
Oh, it depends on what he's trying to spell. Right now, it looks like we're going for Heil.
Let's not go with Heil. We'd like to do more of these Smurf tourneys, Frisky, not less.
Yep. We here on Twitch.tv strongly condemn acts of genocide.
Shit. Oh God, and Squuzling got himself killed by all the Ratters.
Head. It says head.
What is happening?
Or heady.
Let's help.
So, Squuzling grabbing yet another outpost.
Jesus.
Curious to see how this develops.
But once again, that is a lot of Ratters. It is clear that striker is not really capable of killing a clump by itself. So, yeah.
That's not really a clump anymore, so much as it is just a complete scattered thing.
It'll turn into a clump. Why is he saying GG?
I'm assuming just more BM?
I mean, honestly, that is enough ratters to zip by and kill. Oh, okay. He is sending them.
Potentially. I mean, I guess, well, Squuzling's floating 30,000 credits despite the fact he's got 20 open upkeep, so Squuzling needs to, you know,
it is a lot of ratters,
build
dude.
units.
I mean, he has Gaddies coming out now.
Four
which is
socketed Gaddies ain't going to be enough here. So,
yeah, I
okay,
don't think
so
so
he
either.
knew there were ratters,
Oh,
so he queued up
Jesus.
a whole bunch of Gaddies.
But still, that's just too much damage, dude.
Yeah, I mean, four socketed Gaddies ain't going to
Holy
hold that back with
balls.
no other defense. I mean...
Oh...
I guess I understand his logic. He was trying to hold them in cargo because he knew they were coming, he just didn't know where, and wanted to be able to just drop a full build queue of Gaddies wherever it was they were going. I think he had all those ready.
Even if this does not get the finish, he has 32k in credits that he can just make more. I mean, Squuzling needs to set everything to attack about now.
He's got a 40 upkeep advantage, like, and lunchbox. So
he needs to use the 40 upkeep advantage now.
This is where you just Squuzling can easily come back here, because I think Chucknology was absolutely confident that that would end the game, and then it didn't.
Astro is saying that Chuck is happy death for sure. Which, with this level of troll, I would not be surprised.
You think Happy Death feels guilty about winning all the time, just needs to find a way to not win?
No.
Maybe it's Akraz, who infamously almost won a tournament with nothing but rebels.
Yeah, that is a very, a very strong possibility. What is Squuzling doing, man?
Why isn't he using his units?
There's so many units everywhere, and they're doing nothing.
I feel like he just needs to reconvene all the wagons at some kind of central location.
Yeah,
press on from there.
Happen. Yeah,
probably not. I mean, Chucknology, I think he's just going to keep going with the Ratters. I don't think he's going to tech switch or try anything else. I think he's just going to try and get another big pile, push straight for the fort, and hope it works. And at this rate, it's going to. But I think Squuzling has the tools he needs to make this a fair match.
But he doesn't seem like he's willing to use those tools. Losing single Gaddy after single Gaddy. He has no money left.
Tesla Tower's a nice touch.
Oh yeah, let me see. I didn't get to look. Yeah, that's true.
At least he's not floating 30,000 credits anymore. I don't know how good Goliaths are going to be, and because I mean Goliaths are going to be good versus other tanks. Goliaths are good versus just winning the fist-on-fist fight. But as far as you're going against an exclusively Ratter composition with no signs that it's going to change anytime soon, dude, keep building Gemini. Get only Gemini. Goliaths are just going to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's about right to me. The funny thing is, Chucknology is a higher level than Squuzling right now. Oh, wow, this is weird.
This is kind of awkward. Yeah. Neutral. Squuzling, use your sword.
That's a lot of blue death.
Things just got weird.
Go the way that it should. Wow, that was super
I don't know. It's kind of still going. There's just a lot of smoke and dead bodies all over the place. It's a godforsaken bloodbath out there, Sarge.
I just saw a bunch of cheap units kill a bunch of expensive units. And
he was trying to get Gorgons and Goliath. Gorgon Goliath is going to lose to light units. I mean, it's the natural triangle of death there.
If this is not Happy Death, I don't know who the hell it is. Oh. Dead. And somehow Chucknology has cleared mid.
But if this isn't Happy Death, then who's gonna be our not Skriddle, Scrutable?
Scrutable. The guess was Maor.
Oh.
Maor. Whatever. Yeah.
I could dig that. I could. Yeah. I could.
Yeah.
I could get behind that. So, okay, they just, this feels like an old game that I would just play with my brother, where it's like, okay, let's not attack each other. Let's just both build our giant armies, throw them into each other, have everything die, and then go back and reset. Like, it's a Pyrrhic victory every time for Chucknology.
Indeed. Lots of gangsters, though. Oh man, the Gaddies tear up the gangsters. I wasn't really aware that they killed them that fast. I realized that it was, you know, a counter, but Jesus,
see,
that's fast.
I was used to the old joke, you know, like 10 gangsters walk into a bar, but there was no counter.
Oh God. But now there's Gaddies, which seem to be a counter for everything now.
No. Gangsters.
And we're seeing more peppers.
Gangsters aren't going to beat Gaddy, but I think you still got tanks. Tanks are good, usually.
Yeah, but the tank is facing the wrong way. The Gaddy is the counter.
Going with the peppers as well. Pepper is an interesting artillery choice. I guess it's better than Bucky in a little bit in that it overpowers the Aegis. But it's still going to be much higher damage output than typical artillery. Squuzling going down.
Which gives Chucknology an opportunity to shift up.
Yep. So there goes all those pretty blue-painted units.
Oh, gosh.
That's a lot of missiles.
Indeed.
My thoughts exactly. And the SAM. So we're going hardcore missiles here. So what's the weakness of this red clump, then? Because you can't just drop it because it's got all those Gaddies.
You can drop it with heavier armored units. And, oh, hey, look, push. That would be the weakness as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, people can move their units. I had almost forgotten that they all had wheels. I'm just so used to the tank Tetris onesie-twosie shuffling that I completely forgot that you could just build a pile of tanks and roll them right in there. Yeah, that is very effective. Remarkably effective. You have to wonder, why wouldn't he just keep going, considering that Chucknology has literally nothing else?
That is an absurd suggestion, and I'm offended by it.
All he's going to do is start losing these tanks one by one.
There's a lot of bot spawners out on the field for Squuzling, so I feel that this is just going to be an uphill battle for Chucknology, who I'm not even sure is trying anymore.
But he is getting quite a few player kills. I think if this is about where Chucknology, I hereby authorize you to go try hard.
I know. Honestly, if he just built up another massive Ratters, he would have had this by now.
Or he could just drop a Goliath on the fort, because 4 Gaddies ain't going to do nothing against the frontal armor of a Goliath.
Good point, good point. Chucknology trying to cheese the back post, but...
He's been there, he's done that.
Yeah. Killing the bot spawner, killing the creeps. No response from Squuzling yet.
At all.
Who's busy killing stuff of his own.
Not even coming back that direction, so... But I guess he did take another forward outpost, so Squuzling getting some good gains overall. He works out.
I guess. Squuzling going for the next post rather than just straight to fort. A simple flyby would have
I don't know. At this point, he has such a material disadvantage that I really don't know if Chucknology can make this come back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, something disastrous would have to need to happen with Squuzling.
I think after sacrificing the first Ratters clump, that's just pretty much a complete throw. Maybe it's possible.
And now the question becomes, are any of these players Rex?
Actually, wait, what if they're both Rex?
What if they're both Rex?
He'll have his Xbox on his left hand, he'll have his mouse and keyboard on his right.
Indeed. I just don't want to imagine a world with more than one Rex. Is that fair?
Too late.
There's
a lot of blue on that mini-map. Both strikers probably up to level 3 missiles at this point. Yep. 3.
Why this game is still going? You're a lot of work, Jesus. That's good. That's good.
I'm glad that he is acknowledging that he is coming face to face with his lord.
Now, I think Squuzling is probably not Rex, due to the lack of terrible grammar. So I'm gonna go with, and this is a very high-level player, very, very highly skilled player. I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna go with Red Dog.
Think Red Dog? Squuzling, you're saying Red Dog?
That's very possible.
No,
Up with the meta.
I don't want to shit on your idea.
Much of a skill gap?
I think there is. I think Red Dog would be a lot more aggressive than this. I think Squuzling has.
That's true.
I don't want to crap on Squuzling either because this is only one game's representation. But I think there's a bit of a skill gap overall.
But I hear what you're saying. The aggression, like he probably
that's good dogfighting,
Red Dog. Right, but if it was Red Dog, I think all those units would have just gone straight to the fort rather than post to post to post. It's a more traditional-minded player than Red Dog, I think.
There's probably realistically at least 4 or 5 people who signed up that we have no idea who they are.
Right, like we're like in 100 guesses, we probably wouldn't be able to get who that is.
Even if I just went down my whole friends list and named every single person on it, all 795 of them, probably not.
Humble brag.
That's what I get for never saying no.
Right. Yeah, I had to delete a bunch of people just now. So Chucknology still not dead.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Oh, thank God.
Because we're unit capped, we have to push.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. That's what we were waiting for. Did the number on the left match the number on the right? No? Keep going.
2 Gorgons in this pile, but something... someone got a little bit of a fender bender on Interstate 95, so there's... little bit of a slowdown here. I think the right shoulder is closed, so they're going to be diverting traffic over to the left-hand outposts.
Sadly, with the amount of bot spawners on the field, I'm a little disappointed that creeps didn't just completely overrun this map already, like maybe 6-8 minutes ago. But
I am happy
at least
to see
now
we're
getting.
I think,
but all the units are coming in slowly.
Oh
God.
Oh yeah, he pulled back the only units
now he's pulling back.
Might have made it okay. Wow. Chucknology, hit the surrender button, dude.
For the sake of our sanity, and by our I mean everyone that's watching,
at some point you just gotta acknowledge it's a throw.
But then again, do we really expect the guy who spelled help with ratters to surrender? I guess not. It's a big ask, I think.
Probably not. That's a fair call right there. I would think you just keep dropping the fort. I mean, you're cranking out gangsters. Gangsters are notorious for their fort damage. Just keep dropping that. I mean, the more damage you do, the closer the game comes to ending. Because Squuzling's got the advantage here. He's got triple the income, triple the upkeep. Speaking of which, where the hell is the rest of his upkeep? He's still got Gorgons, 3 gangsters, Gemini sitting in the middle, whole bunch of bot spawners. I'm wondering why the bot spawners haven't been more effective. 3 Gemini, 2 Gaddies on the left corner post that were just never picked back up. So there's a lot of upkeep just kind of floating around. Look at all those level 4 creeps, though. They're so confused right now.
And they're all dying. They're all basically feeding this striker.
Well, yeah.
With the sword.
Nom 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 nom.
Almost, the striker has almost everything leveled up.
Missile burst still really good. Turns out, missiles hurt.
And somehow Chucknology is still out leveling Squuzling.
I think he's done a lot more damage with his mech, and while he has taken quite a few casualties in this war, he's inflicted several. I think the outpost disadvantage here might be, Squuzling's probably put down 3 times the upkeep as Chucknology's even produced this game.
We've lost an outpost, Commander.
But the upkeep difference alone right here should tell you most of the story. 82 to 12.
There is not a ton of story to tell at this stage.
Okay, so 70 divided by 2 is 35. He could literally have 35 more tanks on the field. So compare 42 tanks to 7 tanks. 42 is a bigger number by like 6 times. That means he could have like 6 times more stuff. Oh god, just hit T. Just do a flyover, hit T on everything, build more units, and just keep dropping. You could overpower him. Squuzling's floating 66,000 credits. All he has to do is burn his units and keep building more.
So I realize that anonymity is a luxury in this tournament. But we will eventually find out who you are. And if you do not end this game anytime soon, I will publicly shame you as harshly as I possibly can.
Yeah.
At that stage, at that point in time.
All right, all right. I think we're in the final stretch here. I think this is going to be it. This is he's got tanks. They are, well, 1 or 2 of them are shooting. The others are not doing anything, and the ones that were shooting were pulling back. But that's, oh god.
Oh, come on, bro.
Look, he just flew over 4 Gorgons to get that kill. Give him some credit, aight?
Chucknology, Insane Firebat knows who you are. Better shape up or ship out. Just, God.
Make it stop.
Make it stop.
This is game. Why did Frisky Cal say it should be a 2 out of 3?
I've had to pee for 20 minutes now.
But who's counting, right? Oh, domination damage. That still exists.
Yeah, but you have a striker with level 4 missiles.
Yeah, but it's domination damage. He's literally going to turn this into a base race, and I think because Squuzling isn't going to push with any of these tanks, he's actually going to lose the base race.
I don't know if I'd call it a base race.
It's a base race if you don't respond.
Yeah. So he responded.
He almost legitimately won. I would feel bad as a human being if Chucknology won.
Okay, so I'm gonna go use the little boys' room because screw you, Chucknology. Screw you, Chucknology. I'll be right back.